I have probably always been something, maybe not bipolar, but I was diagnosed with Tourette's as a child, and I had things going on, but I didn't understand what they were. Actually, when I was in high school, a doctor tried to tell me that I had depression, and I misunderstood what depression meant. I started yelling, "I'm not depressed, I'm perfectly happy." It wasn't until after I got married that things started going downhill. I had trouble coping. I worked with my husband, and he was afraid for me to work anywhere else because he wasn't there to support me. So that's when we started going to doctors and looking for help, because I couldn't function. I wasn't functioning anymore. So as I got older, mid-20s is when things really started getting rough. It took them a while to hit on bipolar, and once they did, the medication Olympiads began. It was that balancing act, more of this, less of this, try to add this, try to get the symptoms under control. And right now I'm able to do the dishes, I'm able to drive. When I have bad days I can't, but I have less bad days. I have more good days when I'm properly medicated. I feel like and then probably everybody feels like this, but I feel like I'm not a good enough mom. There are days where all I can do is sit in the same room with them and let them play. I can't play with them. Sometimes they play doctor, and they pretend like I'm sick, or they pile all their toys on me, but I can't do anything but sit there or lie there. And I just say to myself over and over, they're safe, they're fed, they're clean. That's the most important thing. Art has always been something in my life. It's always been very important to me. I actually got a bachelor's degree in fine arts from Ringling School of Art and Design. I haven't done much with that degree. I mean, I do a little bit here and there. When I have bipolar, so I have really high days and really low days, and on really high days, I have always in my life have to make something. I don't even care what it is. Sometimes it's a pie with like a decorative crust. Sometimes it's a picture. And so I've always been interested in art. In high school, I took every art class that was available, which wasn't many, but I was probably the only one there who took every single one. I like making things and using my hands and my thoughts, trying to make my hands and my brain work together to make something nice. The portrait that I was making for the art show, I started off with, I really like this saying, "I am more than my illness," and so I started off with that. I left, blank spaces for those words to show up, and then halfway through I realized, you know what, I'm not more than my illness. I'm fighting it all the time, and sometimes I feel like I'm losing. I rarely feel like I'm winning. I'm not more than it, because it is part of me. It's there all the time, and I called my portrait "My Illness Consumes Me," because it does. It just eats everything in my life. When my mom lived 5,000 miles away, I would talk to her like every day, and she said a lot of things like, have you tried to think positive? Have you tried thinking happy thoughts? And it wasn't until she moved closer that she realized it doesn't work that way. Like she's told me on bad days I look like a dead person, just dead-eyed, zombie walking. She can read it all over my face, and it's totally different, and she understands because my voice is hollow, my eyes are not seeing anything. I'll just sit there and stare. And people mean well, but unless you really see it and have it in somebody close to you or yourself, you're not really going to understand. So just give somebody who's struggling with this a break.